apologize for the brain fade. Sometimes it's hard to switch gears.
No, no, I understand that. It used to be that I could multitask like
Yeah.
5 or 6 different things. Now it's like, what was I doing? Yeah.
I think about that's so funny that you said that because I think about that a lot. Because when I was working in a police car, I mean, there were multiple things I had to do all at the same time, and I could do it. I could totally do it. Jump from this to that, and it's like, man, that ability is gone.
It's gone. Hi, Terri Gillespie here, and welcome to A2A Author to Author, where I interview best-selling and award-winning authors who write clean and Christian fiction. So I am so grateful. Let me just stop and say this. I'm so grateful for those of you who have subscribed. Right now, I have over 100,000 subscribers, and I'm so grateful because what that means, not only is that great for me, but it's also great for our authors, like this month's best-selling and award-winning author, Janice Cantore, and her book, Edge of Truth. It is so good. We're going to be talking more about that. Now, that is released by Tyndale February 17th, and pre-order because there's always some great deals that go on, especially if you order from the publisher. And I'll have the link below in the description section. Now, please like, comment, and share. Comment, 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 people, because it really does changes the magical algorithms in the background, and it will help Janice get the word out on her book. And I really do want to get the word out because not only is she was in law enforcement for over 20 years, and her authenticity just makes it so real and exciting that you'll be turning those pages through the night. But what was really profound for me on this book is the faith theme, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and when that white bell comes up, be sure and click that too, and you won't miss any future episodes because this year we're gonna have some great shows. So that's it for my little commercial. Let's say hello to Janice Cantore. Welcome, Janice.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Well, we're really happy to have you here as well. So you want to make any shout outs, any friends out there?
A shout out to my friend Cherie. She also does podcasts, but on a different subject. So I just like to shout out to her.
Okay, shout out to Cherie. So Janice, you've moved from Southern California, Long Beach. I was actually born in Port Hueneme,
Oh, no
California.
kidding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Small world.
yeah. And my husband was stationed on an ammunition ship, so we went to San Diego quite a bit to
Mhm.
see him.
Mhm.
But now you're in Hawaii, and so swimming, and you were golfing yesterday. You even got sunburn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous. So, and are you close to the beach?
I'm about 6 miles from the beach.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
You've got it all. And Tilly, your Labrador retriever.
Yes.
So that all keeps you very busy, including writing best-selling books. So how do my readers and my viewers keep in touch with you?
Well, my favorite platform to interact with readers is actually Facebook. I know a lot of people use Instagram, but I was never good at that. But anyway, I'm part of a group of writers. There's 6 of us, and it's called the Romantic Suspense A Team.
Oh,
And
neat.
it's a platform on Facebook, and you can ask to join. And that is my favorite place to interact with readers. In fact, I do a lot of giveaways there, and it's just a nice community.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Um, I will make sure to put the link down below in the description section, as well as
Okay.
your website and other social media. So,
Yeah, I do have a website. It's just, and they can purchase books from the website. However, just interacting with fans is best on Facebook.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't think I would like Instagram, but I ended up liking Instagram. So it's not very often that I'm on Facebook, but it's
A
nice that
lot of people, a lot of people do like Instagram. It never clicked with me, so I'm not very techy.
yeah, me neither, but I have a daughter. So,
Good for you.
yeah. So, Janice, your book that's coming out February 17th, Edge of Truth. I got to tell you, now I always expect, because your 20 years law enforcement experience, I always expect that it's going to be authentic and it's going to have me riveted to those pages. But what really got me in this particular book was the faith theme of forgiveness.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it really got me. So why did you choose that? What inspired that faith theme?
Whenever it usually depends on what the Lord is working on me, what kind of faith theme goes into my books. And lately it's funny that you pulled faith out of that, because what he was really working me on me was that he is in control of everything. He is a providential God. In other words, I mean, this has been a theme in my life for the last couple of years, is that he is in control of every little thing. Even the bad things,
Mhm.
everything is in his hand. And so if from that you got forgiveness, that's awesome. But but for my heart, it's always to remember that God's in control of everything, even when it's tragic, even when I mean, recently the most difficult thing in my life right now is my older brother was diagnosed with liver cancer, and
Oh,
he's through
sorry.
he's a believer, but he's going through chemotherapy right now.
Mm,
And but when he got the diagnosis, I mean, even though he's a believer and I'm a believer, it was really hard at first. It's like, why? He's always been very healthy. He's very athletic. He was on 2 Olympic teams. He was a weightlifter, and this thing just kind of took us
wow.
all by surprise. But you know
Mm.
what? God's in control of it all, and that just gives me and my brother tremendous peace. So that's kind of where I was going with Edge of Truth. And I just think it's awesome that you got forgiveness out of it. Actually, shows our Lord.
Well, I think I wrote a women's devotional,
Uh-huh.
and one of the things that the Lord said was, "You get people there, and I'll take it from that point." And
Right.
so I would get emails back from women who would say, "Oh, I love this because it reminded me of this and this," and it's like, I I don't know that whoo, that's out of left field. But
Yeah.
that's the whole point, is when we write, we
Mhm.
give a location for the Holy Spirit to begin doing his work. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, viewers love hearing authors read from their book. So I read the first paragraph or two
Uh-huh.
in top picks, but
Uh-huh.
I'd much rather hear from you. So would you read a little bit for us?
So Mike drove and headed for their predetermined lunch spot. Lainey pulled out her tablet to review the details of their next case. Now that the rape case was over and done, as violent crimes detectives, they handled assaults, rapes, serious domestic violence, and just about anything short of murder. At times, the work weighed on Lainey. They couldn't save everyone, and some of the victims' stories were heart-wrenching. But she rejoiced in victories like the one they'd had in court today. The radio crackled on and off with routine police traffic, and she half listened to the happenings in the city. Her best friend on the force, Sarah Green, worked day patrol, and Lainey picked out her call sign, 2 David 23, from time to time. Beep, beep, the emergency tone caught her attention, and she looked up from the iPad. All units and 2 David 23, incomplete 911 call. Possible domestic violence at 345 Elm Street. Respond code 3. Lainey glanced over at Mike. They were about to turn onto the restaurant lot, but they were only 2 blocks from the address. On the radio, Sarah's voice answered that she was en route, and her siren blared in the background. Hey, you up to helping on that, Sarah? Sarah's without her rookie, and we're close. He gave a half shrug. Sure, we'll get the case anyway if it's domestic. Mike swung the car in a U-turn and activated the plane car's lights and siren. Lainey turned up the radio a bit as the dispatcher continued. Before the call disconnected, the calling party stated that her boyfriend had hit her and was now threatening her with a knife. Mike turned the corner on Elm and slowed. At the other end of the street, a black and white rapidly approached. Since the emergency tone would keep beeping until someone called code 4, Lainey advised that they were on scene so everyone would be aware that the beat car had backup. Sarah exited her vehicle. By the way she moved, Lainey had to believe she heard or saw something dangerous. Mike saw it too because he sped up and slammed on the brakes when they were 1 house away from the address. They both got out and hurried toward the dispatch address. Drop the knife. Sarah clearly faced a threat. And I'm going to stop it right there. Anyway, it's kind of funny to do this interview because I just finished edits on the book that will come out next year. So it's kind of difficult to jump from book to book. So, but that was fun.
Yeah. One of the worst things you can do is have a reader tell you what the book is about because you've got your mind in another book. Yeah. It's a little embarrassing, but
it is.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your next book, can you tell us a little bit about it without any spoilers?
The next book is it's a story of the main character. She has lost her husband. He was also a police officer, and 2 years before the book starts, he was killed on the job. So, and she's in the process of, she's still processing all of that. And she has a best friend that she grew up with. They went to high school together, and her best friend left right after graduation and actually made it really big in Hollywood. And her best friend is like a total superstar. Everyone knows her. And she had a bad home life, so she never comes back to Long Beach, but they have remained friends this whole time. And the main character, she's working her regular shift and she gets a notification from her lieutenant that Jessica has gone missing.
Oh.
And Jessica's husband was arrested 2 weeks ago for all kinds of serious charges. So when Jessica goes missing, Casey is the police officer, and she's at work and she gets the call that Jessica has gone missing. And so Casey actually went to the arraignment of Jessica's husband, so she recognizes that her husband was arrested on some really serious charges. But there's no indication that Jessica's missing because of her husband. It just seems logical to assume that something happened. Anyway, so Casey is dispatched to Jessica's mother's house to see if maybe Jessica's hiding there. However, Casey knows that Jessica would never be there because her home life was so bad, she's pretty much disowned her parents. So that's how the story opens, is
Ooh.
Jessica's disappeared and Casey needs to find out why. And now this book does deal really heavily with forgiveness. It also deals with, um, again, the providence of God and him being in control of everything, even the fact that Casey's husband was murdered in the line of duty. And it also deals with, the messages we try to get to people who are not, the people that watch us, who are not Christians, who go through things.
Mhm.
So there's also that dynamic, because Jessica's not a Christian, Casey is, Jessica is not. And so that's how the story starts.
Oh, so it's a missing person mystery and
And faith journey, it's a faith journey for both Casey
mhm,
and
Jessica.
the male lead who enters. His name is Daniel, and he's not a police officer, he's actually a youth pastor. But he also went to high school with Casey and Jessica. So they have that connection. And then then Daniel and Casey have the connection of both trying to find Jessica because they both are worried about her. They're worried about her physically and they're worried about her spiritually. So,
That's great. Hey,
and I'm sorry for the brain fade. I apologize for the brain fade. Sometimes it's hard to switch gears.
no, no, I understand that. It used to be that I could multitask like
Yeah.
5 or 6 different things. Now it's like, what was I doing? Yeah.
I think about that's so funny that you said that, because I think about that a lot. Because when I was working in a police car, I mean, there were multiple things I had to do all at the same time, and I could do it. I could totally do it. Jump from this to that, and it's like, man, that ability is gone.
It's gone. It's, yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things I like to do is ask kind of some fun questions because we do have a blog interview where there are some great writing tips that Janice gives us. So, with this interview, I thought I'd ask, what is your favorite? Do you have a superpower and what is it?
Yeah, my superpower is wasting time. No, yeah, I don't know. I thought about that question, and I don't know that I'd want a superpower, only because I think you learn so much in the struggle.
Mm,
And I kind of loaded up my schedule, which is part of the reason why I'm so scattered. I went back to school. I'm taking an online master's course, and it just started last week. And
wow.
I thought taking 2 classes would be, enough, but not too much. And I was wrong. I probably should have only taken 1 class. Having said that, so I have to write a research paper and I have to view a lot of videos, and it's very time consuming. And I was already pressed for time on a lot of things. So if I had a superpower, I now would want a better time management, better. I'm working on it because I was working on the research paper before this call. So I mean, I'm kind of getting there, or maybe that's overloading myself will teach me how to be a better time manager. So
Yeah, I mean, you sound like a type A person, and we always need a certain amount of stress
mhm,
to keep us on task.
mhm,
Otherwise, wasting time. It's just so easy to do that.
mhm.
So,
Yeah.
well, I'm impressed, and I don't know how you do it.
Well, we'll see. I haven't done it yet. I'm only at the beginning.
Well, on that note, for this month's A2A giveaway, we are giving away a copy of Edge of Truth, and it'll be a soft cover copy. This is the advanced reader's copy, so it's not quite as pretty, but you will get a copy of that. And we want to say thank you to Tyndale for providing that. Now, how many viewers would like to have a copy of this book? Yeah, lots. So if you're looking for opportunities, you can just go ahead and down in the comment section say, yes, I want to win this. And you'll get one entry. But you can get up to 6 entries by following all the instructions down below in the description section, including going over to the blog on the website. And like I said, the links are all down there. Now, the drawing will be held Friday, February 13th. And unfortunately, it's only the contiguous US. So your neighbors in Hawaii wouldn't
Oh.
qualify. Oops.
I have a little latte mug with the cover of Edge of Truth on it. I'd also like to add to the giveaway. So you can give me the address of whoever wins and I will add that little coffee mug.
Oh, that is so cool. Janice, thank you.
If I had done, it's all wrapped up in bubble wrap, or I would show it to you, but it has the cover of Edge of Truth on it, and it's just a coffee mug.
Okay, well, I'm writing that down to make sure that that's okay. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, sure. A
So,
little bling. Yeah.
yeah, we like bling. So, Janice, do you have any final words before we sign off?
Only I hope that the readers enjoy the book. I hope that readers are forgiving, and I just pray blessings on all of your viewership.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, viewers, thanks for watching the 61st episode of A2A. And one last reminder, be sure and check that description section because we'll have Janice's social media, all her really important links, especially the one to the group on Facebook. And also my social media, which I always appreciate, and my website. Next A2A show will feature best-selling and award-winning author Captain Connie Mann, United States Coast Guard, and her latest book is coming out in March. So, do you know Connie Mann?
I've heard the name, but I do not know her yet.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. She captains vessels, so that's pretty cool. Or she did. I think she's retired. So, viewers, thank you so much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you next month. And in the meantime, we can say God bless and keep reading.